In April, the matinee program is given over to the classic history play Meiboku Sendai Hagi, Precious Incense and the Bush Clover of Sendai, sometimes called The Disputed Succession. Although it is also performed in the puppet theatre and makes use of the narrator and shamisen player heard in Bunraku, in fact, Nagawa Kamesuke first wrote this play for Kabuki in 1777. The work falls into the category of history plays called Oie Sodo Mono, which always feature rebellion within the house of a great daimyo lord. In this case, the play is based upon a real 17th century power struggle within the Date clan of Sendai in the north of Japan. As the curtain opens on the first scene, it is a dark night, and we find ourselves by the foot of the Hanamizu Bridge in Kamakura. They will wait for Yorikane here. When he comes on his way home, they'll pretend to start an argument and slash him in two. There are lanterns approaching. It must be Yorikane. Hide. Yorikane, lord of the Date house in Sendai, is played by Nakamura Hashinosuke. Dressed in the luxurious robes of a great feudal daimyo, he is on his way back to his Kamakura mansion after yet another night out in the pleasure quarters. We should imagine it is pitch black as this group of thugs tries to assassinate him. As he exudes all the confidence of one of such high rank, despite themselves, the men seem intimidated in his presence. He kicks out one of his wooden clogs. So accustomed is Lord Yorikane to the trappings of luxury, and so extravagant are his personal tastes, that even his footwear is made from the finest and most expensive incense wood. Hence the precious incense in the play's title. One of Yorikane's loyal followers, the sumo wrestler Kinogawa Tanizo, makes a timely entrance. This group of ruffians mean to do him harm. But now that Tanizo is here, he need have no further concerns. They are the enemy of their house. It'll be a bother taking them on one by one. He invites them to come at him all together. Tanizo is played by Ichikawa Somegoro. Such are his fighting skills that he single-handedly takes on this group of thugs. In Kabuki, a stylized fight such as this is called tachimawari. No need to pursue them. And now, what path should he take back to his mansion? If he walks straight along this road, he'll come to a black wall like this one. Following along the wall, he'll come to a pine tree like this. And below the tree, there's a stone statue of Jizo, the Buddhist deity. Beside that, he'll find a stone bridge like this. And crossing that, 1, 2, 3 blocks later, he'll find the tofu shop owned by Sabu, where he can ask for further directions. His lord should depart at once. Cheerfully, Yorikane begins to chant the lines from a Noh play. But my lord, you're supposed to be here in secret. Can't he even sing out loud? Well, how tedious. Don't hesitate. Just dispose of him. Splendid. Splendid. As we have seen, there is trouble in the house of Date. Lord of the clan Ashikaga Yorikane has been so fond of high living and so obsessed with his visits to the pleasure quarters to see his beloved courtesan that he has quite neglected the affairs of his domain. For this reason, an evil faction within his house has been plotting to do away with him. Though they have failed to assassinate him, the men, led by Yorikane's own uncle, have succeeded in forcing him to retire. And as we take up the story in the next scene, his position as the lord of the Date house has been taken over by his son and heir, Tsuruchiyo. But Tsuruchiyo is still only a vulnerable child, and the evil faction is now plotting to kill him in order to usurp control of the domain. The action moves into the lord's official mansion. We are within the private women's quarters, where the young Lord Tsuruchiyo is looked after by his wet nurse, whose own son is his only playmate. Named after the paintings on the sliding doors, this scene is called Takenoma, the bamboo room. The young lord is playing, pretending to be riding a horse on a lord's grand procession along the highway. Lord Tsuruchiyo is followed by his playmate Senmatsu, who pretends to be his spear-wielding footman. The wet nurse Masaoka is played by Bando Tamasaburo. In these dangerous times, Lord Tsuruchiyo has few to protect him, but Masaoka is among those still loyal in his service. It is she who looks after the boy inside the women's quarters of the mansion. Though now confined indoors, their lord has surely enjoyed his games. He says to Senmatsu that he is the strong warrior Kintoki. But Senmatsu would challenge that, for he is the even stronger warrior Benkei. No, Kintoki is the stronger. No, it is Benkei. Masaoka scolds her own son. He is not to answer back in that way to his lord. She begs the ladies, look, her boy is so naive and innocent, there's nothing she can do. The serving lady announces that Yashio, sister of the chief retainer Nikki Danjo, now comes together with Tamura Ukyo's wife Okinoi and Watanabe Mondo's wife Matsushima. What can they be coming here for? At any rate, show them in. The three ladies in waiting are most welcome here. Their young lord is in fine spirits today. Yashio comes on behalf of Yorikane's uncle Onitsura and the chief retainer Nikki Danjo. They have heard that of late the boy shuns the company of men, and so they have sent her to inquire about the boy's health. Yashio is played by Kataoka Nizaemon. Okinoi has come for her husband, Tamura Ukyo. And Matsushima is here for Watanabe Mondo. They beg that Masaoka convey this to their lord. Their words are most kind, but there is no need to announce ladies who are already so familiar. Please enter at once. Would their lord be so good as to speak a few words of greeting to the ladies? They are welcome here. The lady Matsushima is grateful for their lord's words. She has not seen him for some time, but he seems to have grown quite a bit. That is so, and they must thank Masaoka for her care, for that has been no easy matter. Masaoka must be pleased. She thanks them for their generous words. Now that the pleasantries are over, they can get on with the real business at hand. They have some questions to ask Masaoka and should begin quickly. Questions for her? The role of Okinoi is played by Nakamura Fukusuke. Indeed, they have a more serious reason for coming besides inquiring after their lord's health. There have been strange happenings in the mansion recently, and they worry for his well-being. Onitsura and Danjo would have come in person. But it seems that his illness involves the shunning of male company. Matsushima is played by Kataoka Takataro. That is why they have appeared in their place. Masaoka cannot think what questions they may have, but their concern for their lord demonstrates their loyalty. His illness is not such that he must retire to his bed, but their lord refuses even to step outside the entrance into the mansion corridors, so abhorrent is the sight of men to him at the present time. The only male he will allow by his side is her son, Senmatsu. All the rest are women. And is he given proper meals in the mornings and evenings? Though indeed he has been offered meals from the kitchens, for these 4 or 5 days he has refused to eat them, preferring instead to fast. He has been fasting. It seems a serious illness, and that is why Onitsura has sent Yashio to inspect the situation for herself on his behalf. She and Matsushima have come here to accompany her. Of course, they do not doubt Masaoka's words, but feel that perhaps if some other food was offered, it may well be to his liking. And so, Okinoi herself has prepared a little something. She's to bring the meal at once. She has shown great consideration in her efforts. Not wishing even to breathe upon the dishes, Okinoi places a wad of tissues in her mouth. Okinoi respectfully presents the meal she has made and would be most grateful if their lord were to taste it. He does not want it. But not to eat anything is bad for his health. She begs that he takes whatever he likes from the dishes. He will not. Take the tray away. What a strange illness this is. Indeed, that is the case. Whatever is offered to their Lord, he simply refuses to eat it. As Masaoka serves by his side, she begs them to imagine how worried she herself is. But illness is much the same as human hearts. One can never determine the truth from the outside. That is the job of a doctor. Why has Masaoka not given any medicine? She understands, but since he was a babe in arms, Lord Tsuruchiyo has been attended by the physician Oba Doeki. Yet of late, he seems to have gone missing. She would have brought in another, but they are all men, and their Lord will not see them. That is just as she thought, and so she brings with her Oba Doeki's wife, Komaki. She may be a woman, but she has the reputation of a great physician. Call for her to enter now. The physician Komaki, wife of Oba Doeki, who waits in the anteroom, is to enter at once. Komaki respectfully presents herself. They are grateful for her pains. Komaki thanks them. Understanding that their precious lord is suffering from some malady, she has brought with her the implements of acupuncture with which to treat him. But Komaki may not use such instruments. And why may she not use such a treatment? Masaoka has consulted the great medical book, Senkingbo, in which it is clearly stated that the very young are not to be treated with acupuncture. Unlike other medicines, one cannot taste poison in advance in the case of acupuncture. And when the needles are inserted into the bodies of children, to miss the correct pressure points by the slightest of margins can lead to the children's instant deaths. Their lord is still but a child. Masaoka is convinced she is right to forbid any such treatment. Yasuo was not aware of such difficult knowledge. But they should proceed with whatever it takes to cure the boy, should they not. Yasuo speaks of the boy's illness, but Lord Tsuruchiyo is an extremely important person. If the worst should come to pass, his house will instantly be thrown into confusion. Whether it be the meals presented to him or the medical treatment offered, they cannot afford to be careless. Matsushima sees the sense in Masaoka's words. However, they can't just leave the boy to be ill. They should at least try to determine his condition and then decide what measures to take. If acupuncture is not allowed due to all those difficult arguments about instruments and such, surely they can at least check his pulse. That much is permitted. Komaki is to do so at once. Then Komaki respectfully begs leave to approach. The situation is desperate. This kind of pulse is known as fukuitsu. Fuku means to overhang, and itsu means to overflow. It suggests that some dreadful malady hangs over their lord, and he is prevented from breaking out from inside. It is a very serious condition, and death may well be inescapable. So serious an illness has been diagnosed from the patient's pulse. They had best move him into another room, or even into the corridor, without delay. A good idea. Their lord is to go at once. But wait. The faithful Masaoka instinctively shields her charge. The pulse is now normal. Now that she checks it here, it is normal. When she checked the pulse inside the room, it was critical. But in the corridor, it returned to normal. She just can't understand it. But Yashio can think of a reason. She thanks Komaki for her troubles. She may now withdraw. Then she will take her leave. She guesses that there is something within the room that means to do their lord harm. Perhaps some villain. There is good sense in her words. At a time like this, they must search every nook and cranny of the mansion and gardens. They must divide up. There's no call for such a disturbance. The pulse rate was called fukuitsu, suggesting that something was hanging over their lord and preventing his free escape. Yashio guesses that the evil rascal is hiding above the ceiling in the room. In order to create an air of tension and excitement, off-stage flute and drums play the musical motif hayamai, fast dance. Tsuruchio, prepare to die. Who was it that ordered him to hide above the ceiling and to do harm to their lord? Who ordered him to do it? He must confess. That he doesn't remember. If he says he doesn't remember, they will use their halberds against him. He doesn't know. He doesn't recall. He will confess after all, and asks that they loosen his ropes. Whether they slashed his back in two and tortured him with molten lead in his wounds, he vowed not to reveal the one who gave him his instructions. But now it's come to it. There's nothing for it. It's true that he was ordered to kill Lord Tsuruchio. The one who ordered it. Who was it? The one who ordered it. Why, it was her sitting there, Masaoka. What's that he says? How can he accuse her without reason? There's no use in concealing it any further. She should come clean and confess herself. She sees that he has been put up to this in order to get rid of her. Who asked him to do it? From the outside, one can never tell a person's true nature. How frightening this plan was. She has no idea what Yashio means. She has cared for their lord over so many years since he was a baby. That's enough, Masaoka. No doubt she wants to get rid of their lord in order to promote her own son to high rank in the world. But now this villain has exposed her evil scheme for all to see. He has done well, and Yashio orders that his bonds be taken off. How relieved he feels to have his precious life spared. Time he was off. Villain, wait. There are still questions to put to him. He is to remain here. What does she mean, more questions? But this is most peculiar of them. The man has confessed openly. The true villain is Masaoka. But Masaoka is his nurse and keeps close by his side. If she wanted to harm their lord, she would have had a much better method than to ask an outsider to conceal himself in the ceiling. That he suddenly appeared and confessed so quickly is suspicious. He hardly seems the most reliable man. Matsushima believes this is clearly a case of someone else trying to put the blame on Masaoka. She is sure that she was right to put a stop to it. No matter how many fine arguments she comes up with in support of her friend, Yashio has in her possession certain proof of Masaoka's evil. Recently buried beneath a sacred tree in the grounds of Shiogama Shrine, they found this petition written to the gods. Have someone read it out. Here, before all the gods, she begs with this petition that, leader of the Ashikaga house, Lord Tsuruchio's life be ended, and that her own son Senmatsu succeed to the headship of the clan. Further, she begs that Onitsura and Danjo fail in their loyal efforts to protect the boy from being poisoned, and that her earnest ambition to see her own son become leader of the clan be realized. This she begs most worshipfully and reverently of all the gods. From the petitioners Masaoka and Arajishi Otokonosuke. In the face of such irrefutable evidence, does Masaoka have any excuse? She has not the slightest knowledge of making any such despicable petition. That will not do. Now they must drag her before Onitsura and force her to confess. But Okinoi will stand witness that Masaoka is not responsible for this wicked scheme. Yet more tedious argument from her. This is certain evidence. But Okinoi is sure that this is not Masaoka's doing. Someone else has undoubtedly tried to implicate her with this forgery. She calls the petition a forgery. After all, if Masaoka had gone to such lengths to attack their lord, would she really have signed her own name on the petition for all the world to see? When the petition was discovered, her signature would be tantamount to an open confession. Someone who had planned everything so meticulously would hardly have been so careless here. If, for example, it had been Yashio's name on the petition, would she so easily accept the guilt herself? Those who too rashly accuse others are digging their own graves. On the contrary, it throws suspicion onto her, the accuser, does it not? My, but how skillful she is at speaking. She truly is very clever. However, she, Yashio, is here representing Onitsura, and Okinoi is merely accompanying her. Okinoi's husband Ukyo is of lower rank, and so she has no right to interfere. Masaoka can no longer be left to look after their lord. From today, Yashio will take over as his nurse. She may find it inconvenient, but she cannot be left by their lord's side. She is to leave. Will she go against Onitsura's will? If not, then she is to leave. Leave, she says. It is the will of Yorikane's uncle. From today, she will be the nurse who looks after him. He is indeed a very fortunate boy. But Tsuruchiya will not have it. He demands to have his real nurse back. But how unreasonable children can be. He may protest as much as he likes, but that Masaoka must now go to prison. If Masaoka goes to prison, then he will go with her. And if their lord goes, Senmatsu will accompany him also. Very well, let them go together. They can play there. Masaoka, however, regrets that a prison is not the sort of place where her lord can play. It is a very frightening place. If it is so frightening, then why does she go there alone? However innocent he may be, their lord must understand. His former nurse asked that man back there to murder him. It's frightening. Frightening. She is a most frightening person. But his beloved Masaoka is very important. Even if she does kill him, it will not matter. Whatever Yashio says, he will not have it. For saying that he wants to go together with her, even if it means sacrificing his life, she is truly thankful. What is she so thankful for? Until she can come up with a good excuse, she is to leave. If Yashio is so anxious to have someone go to prison, then she must go in Masaoka's place. What is he saying? How foolish to suggest that she, Yashio, go instead of that criminal. But if that's the case, then Senmatsu can go instead of Masaoka. But Senmatsu is his retainer. But it is the command of Onitsura. Onitsura is also one of his retainers, is he not? Anyone who does not obey his words, even if they are retainers, should all go to prison. Will she not listen to what he says? Will she disobey? He'll cut her in two. How well the child has been trained. How true the saying that excellence of character can be seen from an early age. Their Lord has shown what a great ruler over his domain he will become by those merciful words. They will do just as he wishes and return Masaoka to his side. Okinoi asks for the loyal wet nurse Masaoka to return according to their lord's command. She will oppose Yashio's will. It is not that they mean to ignore her, but as they wait upon their lord, it would be disloyal to go against his wishes. Okinoi recalls a classical poem telling of storm winds that blow the leaves from the maple trees of Mount Mimuro, only to have them fall upon the waters of Tatsuta River, dyeing them like a beautiful brocade. Here, Yashio has been that evil storm. Borrowing another's authority, she has tried to bring down those who are loyal, only to have their beauty revealed by their lord's kind words. Now Yashio must obey their lord's commands. They are only the senseless words of a child. He may be young and innocent, but he is a lord who rules over 54 districts. Disobeying his wishes is not the right path to take for those who serve him. She is only following Onitsura's orders. Though Onitsura is Yorikane's uncle, his authority is bestowed upon him by Lord Tsuruchiyo. Forgetting his place with regard to their lord would be the greatest disloyalty. But she is his representative here. But Okinoi and Matsushima are also here on behalf of their husbands. Her words have been selfish and willful. Perhaps they should bring them before higher authorities. Can she answer that? Here before Lord Tsuruchiyo, who is the 9th generation to rule over their house, Yashio has said too much and must withdraw. Well, in that case, do as she likes. That is as it should be. Now Masaoka can return to their lord's side. She need not hesitate. She is to come at once. She is deeply grateful. As for the meal she prepared, Masaoka will take care of it, as she sees fit. The ladies should dispose of the villain in the mansion gardens. No, Yashio will take custody of him and interrogate him further. This room has proved a most depressing place for their lord. He should retire to another one now. Not Masaoka. But it is their lord's command. He'll do as she says. This translation and commentary was written and narrated by Paul Griffith.